Hello friends, and welcome to this edition of the small group video for this Sunday. Just a couple things to let you know about. The first one is obviously the tour, and it's really exciting. A lot of students are signing up and wanted to make sure that you are aware that we want you to go. With small group leaders, we are not charging you anything because we want you there that bad. And so it's November 10th through the 12th, and if you can be there for part of it, all of it, just let us know, and we want to make sure that you get there. Also, there's another activity that we put on the calendar that you can encourage your small groups, and you can come and do as a small group together, is the corn maze. On October the 20th, we'll be gone from 6 to 9 p.m., and it's $5. It's not a whole lot, and it's a great opportunity to run around the corn maze at night with your students and to get to know them and hang out with them and have some fun and laugh together. So October the 20th, and like I said, from 6 to 9 p.m. I think that's it. Let's talk about last night a little bit. So last night we continued our series on this backwards kingdom, and I really would like for you to hit at least one of the questions for Sunday. We talked a little bit about Christian light and Christian real, and talked about how the world, a lot of people who claim to follow after Jesus have never really done it with everything that they are. And I kind of compared it to when I go to Jamaica, and when a lot of people think of Jamaica, they think of like Negril and Sandals Resort and the beaches. But if you actually journey inland, about 15-20 minutes, it's a totally different culture, and it's not beach culture at all. In fact, it's mountainous, and it's people who don't have a lot, and that's the way they live. And so Jamaicans call Negril and the beach culture, they call it Jamaica Light. It's not real Jamaica. You got to go inland to find real Jamaica. And so I think a lot of people, when they think about Christianity, think it's like the beaches of Jamaica. It's not the real thing. It's cool and it's fun, but to really understand the culture and live the way Jesus wants us to is totally different. And so I ended with this quote, and it says, it's by G.K. Chesterton, and it says, "It's not that Christianity has been tried and found wanting, but rather it's been found hard and therefore untried." I really want you to talk to your groups about what does it look like to be salt and light. It's the passage that we talked about, and how if salt loses its saltiness, it's really not good for anything else because it's small, and you really can't use it. It's made to make food salty. And then we talked about two ways that salt can become impure. One of it is a chemical reaction that causes it to be not what it was created to be. It literally separates the NaCl. And we talked about how hard that is. It's not an easy thing. And then we also talked about how I had some salt, and I poured some hot cocoa mix in it, and how talked about how now it's impure because it allowed something other than salt to come in and to make it impure. And so there's no way that salt can be used because now it's mixed with hot cocoa, and there's no way that you'd want to put that on your food. Well, maybe some people would, but not most people. And so we really talked about how it's scary because in the church there's a lot of people who aren't really being who God's called them to be, and they have yet to try, because following after Jesus potentially is hard. It potentially isn't the easiest thing to do. But if we're really living into what we talked about last week with the Beatitudes, and what Jeff talked about poor in spirit and merciful, then if we're really seeking to live that out, being salt and light is a byproduct of that. We don't have to be salt and light or try to be salt and light or do something extra. We just have to be who Jesus has called us to be, even in the most difficult of situations. And so really talk to your students in your group about Are you really following after Jesus with everything? Is there anything in your life that would hold you back? Have you really tried to do the hard thing and follow after him with everything? Or are you Christian light? Do you like it because it's cool and it's a fad and it's a cool thing to be in America? Um, but you're not really living the inward idea of what it means to be a follower of Jesus. So that's what we talked about. And like I said, really push your students and find out how are they living and what does it look like in their life. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, we will talk to you later. See ya.